Good evening to one and all. Am I audible? Am I audible, ma'am? Ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Welcome to IEDA, National Level One Day Faculty Development Program on Innovative Research and Intellectual Property, Mastering Patent Filing and Scopus-indexed Article Writing in Digital Era. Chief Guest Introduction. It's my great honor and privilege to introduce our esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. J. Pavitra, a distinguished academician and a researcher in the field of management and finance. She has completed doctorate in management with a specialization in finance from Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. With an impressive academic journey spanning over 15 years of teaching experience and 6 years of postdoctoral doctorate experience, she has made a remarkable contribution to management education. She is dynamic research leader with 41 plus Scopus-indexed publications, significant citations. She has also published in Web of Science and the ABDC listed journals along with several book chapters and conference proceedings. She has filed a patent on a study on sustainability of self-help group in 2020. Her excellence has been recognized through several prestigious awards, including the Women Iconic Award, Global Iconic Award, Best Professor Award. She has also been invited as a keynote speaker and resource person at various national and international platforms, delivering insightful sessions on finance, research, and contemporary topics. With her vast experience, deep knowledge, and a passion for teaching and research, she continued to inspire students and academicians. We are truly honored to have Dr. J. Pavitra with us today. I extend a warm welcome to you, ma'am. Thanks for being with us today. I hand over the session to you, ma'am. Kindly take over the session.
Thank you, ma'am, for the great introduction. So now I will share my screen.
Yes, ma'am.
For want of internet coverage, I'm stopping my video. So actually, the given topic to me was relating to the patent filing and drafting, and also the Scopus publication. So, however, based on the time since I will cover it. So, first of all, we need to understand about this patent filing, which is gaining utmost importance today. So, what is going to be 1 minute? I will. Is the slide moving, ma'am? Okay. So in India, we are having this patent, which there are various things that are to be there in the intellectual property rights. We have the trademark copyright, but however, today patents are being more important than this trademarks and copyright. So this patent act is being there for a past more number of years. So this patent office being taken by the intellectual property rights, and the patent office is being there in India in various places. So this law and regulation has been started way back in the 1970, and various amendments has been taken place till 2006, and also today also they are taking due to the lot of innovations that are taking place. So in this context, we have to see that what is the straight away I will go to the features. So this patent is going to be taken both as a product and also as a process. So product, when someone is bringing a new dimension from the existing and developing certain advancements. So that is going to be the processed patent, and product a new development specifically now due to this energy crisis, so a lot of new things are happening. So for the technology solutions, how to reduce the carbon, a lot of things, a lot of innovative products are being designed. For that there has to be filed. So that is the main case of this patent law being existed for the past 20 years. And there are certain process how to make this patent filing and drafting, and also relating to the publication. And next phase they are going to be inside taken as a product and taken as an ventures. So this safeguarding of the patent law is being taken for various provisions. So compulsory license has to be ensured towards the drugs. So provisionally, lot of products, they have to be compulsorily taken this patent. Without that, it is going to be an illegal one. So now the scope of the patent. So what is this invention? So the invention is going to be giving a new product or the process where existing we are going to be inventing certain new step or inventing a new product that is going to be applicable to the industry in terms of the manufacturing segment. So this patent is going to be invented, that is going to be really new or designing the process. So it is going to be highly novel, which is not existed at all. And it has to be sometimes capable for the inventions and taken towards the industrial step. So, but there has to be certain criteria. So this they are giving as per the Patent Act. So what is the definition of the new that is not being there? So even if we are publishing like in journals, like in patent, certain things are patented, so that should not be published anywhere. Even we are publishing articles, in that also they are taking, there is a nomenclature in which it is should not be published anywhere. So same thing is going to be there, guidelines being given for the publication of the patent, which is not existing at anywhere. So there is a feature of the invention which is going to be giving the technical advancements or any difference between the existing and compared to the existing, what is the new that is taken place, and does it have any economical significance? It is going to be different towards the invention. So now in India we are having this make in India. So novelty products are coming. So this make in India makes the both inventions in our own country. So that is why this invention is going to take place as a boom for our country. So various other like the section 3A is given as the exclusion. So frivolous inventions, some inventions are going to be not excluded. So they are taking like for example machines that are going to be more than 100% perform. So various sections are being given for this exclusion and exploitations. And then in the section 3, subsection B, also they are giving whichever they are going to be exploited, that is has to be excluded, which is harmful for the health or the human and plant life or the environment. So such things has to be avoided. And various other checkings has to be excluded, like the exploitations has to be taken properly. So there has to be in the various sections they are given all the exclusions. So what is the non-patentable inventions are going to be given according to the section 4. So inventions falling within the section 20 subsection 1 relating to the Atomic Energy Act. So separately they are given as per the Atomic Energy Act. These are all cannot be patentable at all. So this is going to be specifically given by the atomic energy. So we have to be very careful. So now we are going to go for the stages or the process of the filing. So for filing, for obtaining a patent, so there are certain forms that is being available. So filing an application, first of all, we need to take the applications. So now it is being available in this website. I also show the demonstration as well. So there are certain guidelines and certain fees being applicable by filling these forms. So then after filling the form, so the examiner after submitting in the portal, so there is going to be an examiner who is going to be given the checking whether there is already published or whether it is new, and they are going to check all their details, and the application fee is going to be paid, and based on the application they are going to be issuing this application number after payable of the fees, and then the fees receipt is being given. So then after, so they have to give some time period. So the examiner has to be examining the patent properly, so that whether it is not published or not, they have to check thoroughly. So for that purpose, they are giving 18 months from the period of the filing, which is going to be kept very confidential. So after the 18th month, it is going to be published. So the IP, intellectual property rights website, we have the separate journals being available. So they are going to be published if it is not published at any place at all. And if it is going to be having the novelty, they have the certain criteria so to review the patent, and then only it is going to be published. After the application is going to be approved, then it is being available in the publications and in the journal. So the applicant also gets the options of whether they are going to be publishing, and within this period of 18 months. So they have to check and give the concurrence of whether they are going to be publishing. And after the 18th month, it is going to be available in the portal, and it will be given to the person who is filing the patent. So then the request after the application, once the examiners are going to be taken, and the examinees are going to take the request, they are giving the request to examine. So the requests are going to be given, and the experts are going to be examining the patent. So whether there is going to be a novelty or not, so they have to check. So there is a period of 48 months. So it is taking a long process. So just a patent filing is not going to help. But however, there is going to be heavy long process in which they are taking 48 months from the date of filing, so that they are going to take for the proper examination. So the examination is going to be sent to the examiner, and from the date of the filing or the request for examination within the 1 month. So the examination is going to be taken, and certain things are going to be checked out, and whether claimed the invention is granted or not granted. So they, whether it is having any duplicates or already it is going to be invented at all. So many duplicates can be found out. So at this period, they can also reject the applications, and then the criteria also has to meet, and then only they can approve it. And then issue of the examination report. So from the 1 to 3 months, the report, the examiner has to submit the report to the controller, which is the IP patent officers. So in this period, so the 1 month time has to be availed, so that it is going to be checked properly, thoroughly. So the first examination report has to be checked and given from the examiner place, and then any objections or not, that has to be also stated while giving the report. And then the response from the applicant from the period of 12 months time to the date of issue of the first report. So they are going to be taken, and the application has to be available to the application. Any objections if they are giving, so that has to be explained properly. If objections are met, so the grant of patent is approved. Sometimes they have to have some clarifications. If they are having a clarifications, that has to be addressed properly. And then after the objections or any clarification given from the side of the examiner, they can make the grant or the approval to the controller within the period of 1 month. So then before that, the pre-grant opposition is there. So after the publication, sometimes some problems also occur. An opposition can also be filed within the period of 6 months, and certain opportunities are being given to the examinee or the person who is filing the patent. So then the opposition documents are going to be sent to the patent person who is filing, and then the period of 3 months is being allowed for the response. So then the consideration of the pre-grant after the examination of any rejections, sometimes they have to consider all the explanations given by the applicant. Sometimes they may not feel it proper, and they can either reject the opposition and grant the patent, or accept the opposition and reject or modify. Again, they are going to be asking them to modify. So this period of 1 month is being given for all these procedures to be clarified. And then after the grant of patent is being given, so the final certificate is being given, issued within the 7 days period. So the grant of patent is being published, as I said. So it is being there in the journal. So then this is the stages where I said already. So the filing, from the filing, they are going to be publication. If the needed for the examination, the applicant can request for the examination, and then the first explanation or the report can be presented, and then based on the any objections or any clarification, they have to prepare the explanations. And if there is no other explanation, or they are able to accept, they can grant for the patent. And then after any opposition, they are going to be making the clarification. If sometimes if they don't agree, they have to check and reject at all. These are the steps that are being followed. So within the period of 12 months, the final decision is going to be given. So then there is going to be a fee. Once one time patent is being filed and published, is not going to end. So then after, they have to get the renewal as well. So if not getting the renewal, it is going to be expiry. So for that purpose, they have to get the renewal, so which is being paid within the period of 3 to 6 months from the date of the recording. And then no fees. There are no fees. However, for first time applicant, the filing has to be done. A small amount has to be paid. And after it is granted, first and second year, they are having a free. And then after second year, they are going to be giving the renewal fees being levied. And based on that, they are going to be keeping the patent in the publication, and also patent being completed in the final stage. So this is the patent procedures. So I will go to the website, just I will show what is the process. So it is visible, ma'am. Okay, so this is the website where the applications are being filed. So various forms are available. So we have to create whenever there is a filing has to be done. There is nowadays they are going to be given through the online process. So we have to get the uh, preparing the registration and giving the login portal, and after that there are certain stages that has to be filed. So there is going to be certain forms that are available. So this is the proper full website. So we can just register like new registration. We have to fill all the details. So just here we have to select. So for academicians, here there is a option of educational institution. So in this we can select if they are going to be the company or natural person. If it is individual person, we can select the individual person, or if any agents through the agent, they will be selecting the agents. So then the signature details has to be given. So all the user details. So here we have to take the username, password, and the relevant details has to be filed. Then after there are some forms. Three forms are available. One second. So this is the form for patent filing. So we can see the details of the applications. So details of all the inventors. So the signature. So this form is available now in online. So we have to create the login and then move further. So just I'm giving the PDF version of this form. Uh, so all the organization title, everything, the details. So the title of the patent has to be given. So here these you can see. So the title of the inventions. So what the invention. So if you are making something like for IoT devices. So what is that IoT like? What is the device that is being there? All these things we have to find. Um, Fill in this form, and then the prior art. So what is the prior or the product that is being validated? So that has to be taken and filled it. has the work file. So the major gap. So what is the new innovations that are being taken? So like in an article, we have the keywords. Similarly, for search terms. So if you go to search and in the patent filing, we have to get this based on the search words or the terms that has to be applicable. So that for that purpose, they are asking the search terms. So the components, so what device or what thing, internal process that is being executed, and how these inventions are going to be useful, or why, how it is going to work for the purpose. And next they are seeing the novelty, the new things, that inventions, then what are the advantages for the from the existing or any improvements, or totally whether it is new, we are going to be checking and uh, filling it. So here they are asking a question: do you have in your mind as a researcher inventor some ideas as what are the various, one minute, what are the various and other alternative forms in which the invention, so the um, reasons that has to be properly stated. So any diagrams, images, if it is there, that also has to be specified. So this is how they are going for the patent filing process. So a lot of things like descriptions, so complete description. So like a article, similarly we have to provide when we are submitting for a journal. We are giving all the details like the keywords, abstract, and the diagrams. Similarly, we have to give all the disclosures. So in what stage, if it is in the processing stage, whether it is being in process or being validated, a prototype is there or not, that has to be validated. So the commercialization, whether it is being commercialized, and all the address properly has to be given, all the details here. So we see lot of things that is needed. So section B, they are asking the checklist. So we have to tick this one, which is the checklist. So they are giving lot of details, relations to the machines, relates to the substance. So novelty or useful improvements relates to the substance intended or capable. So relates to the, so if it is going to be a chemical, very important. So as told, like relates to atomic energy, this has will be excluded. It will not be filed. So however, that they are asking as a question in this form also. So it's mere discovery, newly. So all the details properly has to be stated. So relating to the project, so whenever in the project they have to also verify, and in the laboratory level, so all the descriptions has to be given. So then finally, so if it is going to be in the laboratory or the research development institution, all the name signatures, the authorial signatures has to be followed. So this is the mere forms that are being has to be filed. So when giving the applications, one minute. Okay, so now this is the website of the Indian patent. So here we see. So nowadays they are patent, uh, like already told about the journals. So here all the journals, you can see the journals. So now we have the patent and also the design uh, patent also. Many people are doing. So we see like they are giving the publications. So this is the journal that is being given by the patent office. So it is being a official journal. So all the that is going to be like it is being published. So which are all published that will be occurring in this journals. So the early filing and the applications are being published in this journal. So here itself they are giving the filing process. So those who are not able to know anything as engineering people may be knowing, but since about our commerce and management, we have very little knowledge and very less number of patents are only being filed. So it is not being there in the so now here the filing applications are there. So digital certificate signatures. So since now they are applying online, so before that we get only the offline publication. We have to go to the office and all. It takes tedious procedure. Nowadays everything is digitalized. So that is why they are asking us to open an account and obtain the e-signatures. So all the process they are giving, how to make the applications. So the design patent is also there nowadays. So that is also taking more importance today. Then the trademark. So trademark. So total of the intellectual property rights. So there is this the portal where all the patents and the trademarks are being filed here, and also the copyrights. All total of the three, and of course, trademark is given for the companies of the symbols. So to take their logos and all, they are applying here. And for copyright, so copyright is very important for our academic field. Why is whichever we are producing it new, so that can also be taken as a copyright. But like a patent, there is also certain process. So coming to next, so I will be coming to the Scopus publications. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, so the next phase, so relating to the Scopus publication. So the Scopus publication, like everyone is knowing about very well. Uh, so now, since in India we had the UGC publication, so now the UGC list has been not there, and so many of the institutions are going for this Scopus, which is renowned, and we have the Scopus Web of Science and also the ABDC listed journals. So, how to go about? So based on the criteria of the Scopus, so we have the format. So this is the format. So I can give this as a format. So first, relating to the Scopus, we need to go around through the selection of the topic. So the selection of the topic relating, like the contemporary topic. So now, like the artificial intelligence, or like uh, the green finance or green economy, relating to the sustainable development goals. So now every nook and corner of the world, everyone is focusing on this sustainable development goals and the sustainable development in corporates and also across the globe. So for taking this contemporaries, that is more important, and relating to the format. So every journal is going to have their own format. So we every journal, like we have the Sky Mago. So like for the ratings and the rankings, so the SJR, like the Sky Mago journal rankings are there. So just I will also give a demonstration as well. So for this properly we have to check. So they are having this ratings of from the Q1 to Q4. So everyone may know about it. So Q1 is given. So the SkyMago journal rankings are given from the percentiles. So the percentiles every year they are giving the updations, and also every year the Scopus is getting day by day increased. Some journals are getting delisted as well. So why this delisting is taken place is due to the lack of quality, due to the lack of quality in the papers, due to the lack of the novelty in the papers. So it is going to get delisted. So now this year also they have more rejections and more delisting being done. So why this is happening is they don't have they are not seeing the quality. So they are not the journals properly finding it. So some now, as I have witnessed that some journals are also getting included. Some recent journals, so they are being included as well. So we have to be properly selecting the topic. So that is very very important. Search on the keywords. So which keywords strategy has to be there while choosing the journals. And of course we are having today like the artificial intelligence. So the AI tools are available, which is taken only as an assistance. Even now the journals, as I am also going as a reviewer in certain Scopus index journals, where I find that when I just put a check about the AI percentage, it is huge and it is more. But however, the Scopus is denying that there should not be like AI percentage should be zero. Like a plagiarism, it is also considered as a plagiarism. So now we can see that the AI policy also being given by the journals. So we have to follow properly. So this criteria is going to be witnessed in today's journals. So this is getting more difficult for all the journal editors, journal reviewers, more and more difficult as AI is being used to more. And this concept and this format will be used everywhere. The reviewers are giving a common format like the introduction, literature review, methodology, results, discussions, and conclusions. So, like they are, as a reviewer, I find like so the introduction and based on whether the literature review there is proper research gap and whether the advanced tools, some journals have the thing like they are going to have the advanced tools. They need to find out whether the advanced tools are there or not. So that is why we need to understand and learn about new software. So day by day new software, new tools are being there, so that we have to analyze properly and give the proper methodologies and proper results analysis and conclusion. So while selecting the topic, so nowadays we have the journal finder as well. So based on the search keywords or based on the abstract, first we have to write the abstract. So actually before the publication, so the final thing, the abstract may get changed due to the changes that are taken place in the paper. But however we have to see that proper construction of the keywords, that is very essential. So that and more of the desk rejection is happening. Why? Because they are not able to get the novelty. So more same for example, if I take like financial inclusion, so the financial inclusion across the world is happening, and the financial digital financial inclusion is also happening. So what is the new thing I have to say from that paper? That is one thing. And whether so many papers are already existing can be found out. So that is why we are going through the search keywords so that we are able to find. So uh, as like doing the bibliometric or the literature analysis, we are able to find out how many of the papers or how many of the such keywords are available. So the keyword search strategy is very essential to know about whether the paper is novel or already there, that is available. So from the literature review and the keyword strategy and based on the number of papers, we have so many database we can go nowadays using the AI tools also. So the AI tools also easily way to assist us to find out the number of papers or the literatures that are available. So then the methodology part. So the methodology today they are following the mixed method approach. So that is also highly essential. Like more of the things like new novelty in the methodology, working with the advanced tools that will be helpful for the acceptance. And then finally the proper results and the discussion has to be followed. So if I find out like so many papers are being there, so but the results and discussions are not properly concise, so then it is going to be having a rejection. So this is why more of the Q1 and the Q2 journals are getting more desk rejections than other journals.
வச்சிருக்கேன் சரியா
1 minute. So here so this is the journal finder. So we can find match my abstract or search by keywords. So based on that we can able to find out so whether which journals are being appropriate. And one more thing, we can also go for the call for book chapters. So if you go and find, so a lot of call for papers are available, for example in the Emerald. So if you see here the Emerald, so they are giving lot of call for papers. So based on the issues and based on the themes, special issues they are being available. So from this we can uh, have the publications. And call for book chapters is another way in which we can get it published. So for taking, for example, I'll give one example. So we have to see the theme of the call for papers and working with the complexity and challenges and opportunity in working with the older people with multiple needs. So this is the theme they are given. So here we have to go through properly. So all the introductions relating to the theme are being given. So based on the topics, so if you go through the call for papers, so we are able to allocate the topics. So this general topics they are given. So the care practices for the specialized settings and villages. So many themes are being available. So for this, we have to properly go through the guidelines. So each author guidelines. So if you see the author guidelines, so they are giving this author guidelines. So how many words and word count properly we have to read and then follow the exact guidelines. So here, as I told, so now many publishers like the Emerald or Elsevier or other Wiley, everyone is giving this AI usage. So which is not at all reversible. So we are going through the AI tools. So we are not able to go without that. So for that purpose, they are giving the AI policies. So now the Emerald is giving, so how they are going to be taking the usage of the policies. So AI policies, and so the authors are fully responsible. So properly when we are taking as an assistance and it is taking and giving our own conclusion is going to be good. And taking the literature reviews. So for usage of the AI tools, there are certain very much AI tools are available for the literature reviews and all. So this is about the Scopus. So that's it from my side. Any questions? Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.